But my grandma, that's my heart. Both my grandmas, really. My grandma Gwen and my grandma Townsend. But everybody in the Greens knew my grandma Gwen. That was my, and she ain't gonna be mad at me saying this, that was my nigga. My grandma Gwen was my nigga. She was a gangster. She was a lover. She was a revolutionary. She was smart. She was caring. And she was the type of that I'm kind of like this now because of both of my grandmas, but because of Gwen. Gwen didn't play that. You didn't have one time to mess over her. You had the opportunity to try to mess over her, and she checked you right then and there. And when she passed, I, when I got back from Chicago from the funeral, I found out that I had well, I already kind of knew because I could feel it, but I hadn't went to the doctor yet. And I found out that I had re-injured myself, right? And then it was like, damn, I don't even got this person to talk to. Because they had put me like on the list where I could just call and talk to all the time, even late at night. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wasn't tripping like, oh, you can't be calling. So, because she was in a nursing home in them like last years of her life. And so I didn't have that. I even got this video I posted on my Facebook a couple of weeks ago, but I got this video of her calling me on my birthday, and she didn't realize that she was on video. So it's recorded in my phone. So I watch that all the time because she be like, hey, baby, happy birthday. You know, it's her voice, it's her face, it's that smile. But it was really, really hard for me. And with my uncle had got killed in the building too. So that was something that I didn't heal from until like just recently during 2020. You know, I cried in 2020 about that. I'm not a person that cried, but trying to heal myself from that feeling of losing her, and like I'm getting emotional right now thinking about that shit. But just I hear who you are, E, and I love it. I love it.
Both of y'all sitting here talking about y'all grandmothers. I've never had a grandmother.
Damn.
Wow.
So my mother's mother passed after my mother. Let's be clear.
What?
However, I've never had a relationship with my grandmother. My grandmother was a very mean, evil woman. My mother just kept us away from her because of what she did to her children. You know what I mean?
A lot of them old ladies was like that.
I went to my grandma's house. Do not get me wrong. Like, I went over there.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mom, going to Big Mom house to get something to eat. Going to Big Mom house, can you keep the kids? Or no, my daughter has never been to my grandmother's house by herself. Never.
Wow.
Never. And then on my
so you are the matriarch then. You're gonna be that grandma that y'all never had.
And then on my father's side, my grandmother abandoned 5 kids. She left 5 kids in Mississippi, went to Chicago, and had 10 more, right? And so he
they used to have a lot of kids back then.
Right, so he didn't meet his mother till he was 19.
Wow.
You know what I mean? When my father because my father was on the streets, but when my father got saved like 30 years ago. He did make his business and have a relationship with his mother, but I had my child already. So there was no relationship building with her and then she passed. So I've never really had a grandmother. You know what I mean? So I can tell y'all that when I hear, even when I was younger, when I would hear stories about like people going to their grandma's house, stuff like that, I was a little envious because I didn't have a grandma house to go to.
Yeah.
Or like we going to my grandma's house this weekend, or my grandma gonna watch my kids. Like I didn't have that. Yeah.
I'm like now that I hear that.
My healing journey looks a lot different from others.
But you're doing the work though. So at the end of the day, you setting examples because there's some people out there who got that same or similar. Because ain't nobody got the same, but that's got that similar. That was